Hello everyone, welcome back to Live Interactive English. My name is Winnie.
And my name is Matt.
Say, Matt, I have always wanted a sea lion as a pet. Like I could just keep them in my bathtub and everything would be fine.
In your bathtub? First of all, they're big. As we learned that they're bigger than seals. But also, I think they can be a little bit dangerous. I don't think you want to get too close to a sea lion.
But as we said last time, their face is so innocent. They look like puppies.
They do look like puppies. But you know what? There was a news story in Canada, in Vancouver, where I'm from, a few years ago. And it was about a sea lion that grabbed a little girl's leg as she was walking along a dock and pulled her off the dock into the water. And yeah, that was it.
Did she survive?
Yeah, no, she was fine actually. It let her go after it pulled her into the water. I think she was with her uncle or her grandfather, I think, and he was able to pull her back onto the dock.
On second thought, maybe keeping a sea lion in my bathtub is probably not a good idea.
Well, maybe if you keep it well-trained, a well-trained sea lion.
Maybe I'll just let them in their natural habitat where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Yes.
So we did learn some interesting ways to tell the difference between seals and sea lions last time.
Right. A major part, which is their ears.
Right. So the easiest way to tell the difference between a seal and sea lion is their ears, where seals don't have external ears, whereas sea lions have these ear flaps that you can see.
Right, exactly. Because as we know, we can't really rely on the size to know the difference.
Yes, that's right. So sea lions are generally bigger, but not always because they need to grow from small to big.
Yes, so I am so excited to get back into this article so we can learn more about the difference between seals and sea lions.
Seals and sea lions are both great swimmers and hunters, but the way the two pinnipeds swim is quite different. Seals use their smaller front flippers to steer while they push themselves through the water with their strong back flippers. For sea lions, it is the other way around. Since their front flippers are stronger, they use these to move and their back ones to steer. Sea lions also have back flippers that can rotate forward, so they are able to walk on land. Closely related to the sea lion is the fur seal, which also has this ability. True seals, however, don't have this advantage and they're left to wiggle their way around when they're out of water.
Welcome back. Today we are looking at seal or sea lion. What's the difference? So we've learned some interesting differences in part 1, and today we're going to learn some more differences between seals and sea lions.
Right, so continuing on with the article, seals and sea lions are both great swimmers and hunters, but the way the two pinnipeds swim is quite different. So when we look at the word hunter, okay, it's a noun. It means a human or animal that attacks and kills another living being, whether it be for food or for game. Okay, so for example, early humans were excellent hunters as they could track an animal for miles.
Okay, so both of these animals are hunters. Okay, so that means they're doing it for food, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing it for fun. Right, exactly. So they'll eat things like fish or shrimp or I'm assuming clams, maybe?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Seals use their smaller front flippers to steer while they push themselves through the water with their strong back flippers.
What's steer?
So steer is to change the direction of something by moving something else. So, for example, in a car, you can steer by using the steering wheel.
Okay.
In a boat, as well, many boats as well, you can steer.
Right.
And these seals use their flippers to steer.
Okay. So they're very good swimmers because they have great flippers. For sea lions, it is the other way around. Since their front flippers are stronger, they use these to move and their back ones to steer.
Okay. So if you were swimming underwater and saw a seal or a sea lion, you'd be able to tell which one was which because one would be doing this and the other one would be doing
that. Yeah.
this.
But I think it would be still really hard to see because they're going to be in the water. It's still not a really easy way to see the difference.
Right. Okay, so continuing, sea lions also have back flippers that can rotate forward. So they are able to walk on land.
So rotate, what does that mean?
Rotate means turn around. So in this case, the back flippers are turning around to the front. To rotate just means to turn in a circular way. So to rotate, you can rotate your head, not all the way around, but you can.
Oh yeah, we're not owls.
No. Okay, so they can rotate them forward in the way that the face is looking is to move forward. So for example, we moved forward to get a better view of the stage.
Cool. Okay, so going back to the article. Closely related to the sea lion is the fur seal, which also has this ability.
Oh, well, that doesn't help then.
Yeah,
so the seal also does what the sea lion
So
does.
we have another player in this game to confuse us. Okay, so related, what does that mean? It's an adjective, okay? Usually used to compare two things that come from the same source. For example, even though we aren't related to each other, we are as close as brothers, okay? So obviously, when we use related, it could mean in relation, okay? So our family, we are related to our family, okay? So now we see that the sea lion is related to the fur seal. So that means we have another factor playing into how we can tell the difference between these animals. So it might be a little bit more confusing.
But that was just the fur seal, because true seals, however, don't have this advantage, and they're left to wiggle their way around when they're out of the water. That's right. As we sort of, they move like, you know,
Slippery. They're
right,
kind of fishy.
So whereas sea lions you can actually see walking,
They have more control.
moving like this.
Right.
Seals are more just this.
So I would think sea lions are more puppy-ish rather than seals. Seals, I think, are more maritime. They're very fishy and
Fishy?
flippery. And slippery.
Okay.
I'm making up words, but yes.
So after the break, we'll learn some more about seals and sea lions.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们今天要继续来看看海豹和海狮的差异。那么海豹和海狮都擅长游泳和捕猎，不过它们游泳方式很不一样哦。海豹呢是用比较小的这个前鳍来控制方向，同时会用强壮的后鳍来推动自己在水中前进。那么海狮的情况刚好相反，它们的前鳍比较强壮，所以是用前鳍来移动，那么是用后鳍去控制它们方向。我们来看单字 hunter 就是猎人或者是狩猎者。那么刚刚提到捕猎的时候 Winnie 老师他有提到海豹可能会猎食鱼啊、虾子啊或是蛤蜊等等。那老师说的 clam clam 就是蛤蜊。好，那么补充单字 steer 这个动词它表示控制方向或是有掌舵驾驶的意思。Matt 老师提到 steering wheel 就是方向盘。好，课文接着写到，海狮还有那种可以向前旋转的后鳍，所以它们可以在陆地上行走。那么海狮跟它这个亲缘相近的海狗 fur seal 也有这种能力哦。可是海豹就没有这种优势。当海豹它们离开水面的时候，就只能扭动身体这样动了。听到这里，这又海狮又海狗又海豹，是不是让人有点困惑呢？老师们就有用到 confusing 这个字 confusing confusing 就可以用来描述是令人困惑的。好，那么课文单字 forward 它是副词，表示向前、朝前。related 则是形容这个是有亲缘关系的，像是描述动物之间有亲缘关系，或是可以描述是相关的。这边两个重点，我们进入文法时间。第一个重点，我们来学习主词补语的倒装。在强调主词补语或者是主词修饰语比较长的时候，可以把补语移到句首，那么主词跟 be 动词进行倒装。以句型来看，本来可能是主词加 be 动词加主词补语，经过倒装后会变成主词补语加 be 动词加主词。举例来说 A note left by his mom was lying on the kitchen table. 现在呢，我们就把这个主词补语 lying on the kitchen table 移到句首，然后经过倒装，句子就变成 Lying on the kitchen table was a note left by his mom. 在厨房桌上的是一张他妈妈留的字条。那第二重点是 leave somebody to 加原形动词，这可以表达任由某人去做某事，而不帮忙或是插手。leave 在这里是表达说让、使或者是任由。那被动用法就会是 somebody be left to 加原形动词。例如 He was left to clean up the mess by himself. 他只能自己一个人把这个脏乱打扫干净了。接华课文中。
There are 33 types of pinnipeds globally, and they are found on every continent on Earth. The next time you see one in a zoo or aquarium, remember, seals have no ears, while sea lions have ears you can see. Put simply, if it's unclear, check the ears.
Welcome back from the break. As we know from the last part of the article, we know that seals typically have little flippers that they use to move around. However, sea lions, they're a little bit more mobile because not only do they use the front half of their body, they also use the tail end to steer, right? And so they can really move around more efficiently in the sea and also on land.
Okay, so continuing with the article, there are 33 types of pinnipeds globally, and they are found on every continent on Earth.
Wow, that's a lot of pinnipeds.
That is a lot. So that's a lot of seals and sea lions.
I think I can think of one right now. Manatees, is that a pinniped?
I don't know.
I think it would probably count because we're talking about flippers and things like that.
I don't know about that. Anyway, they are found globally. Globally, as they said, on every continent on Earth. So globally basically means that they're found everywhere on Earth. So globally meaning everywhere on like the globe. So the globe meaning the sphere of the Earth is the globe. And if so something is globally, this adverb means that it's everywhere on the globe or on the Earth. So for example, soccer is the most popular sport globally, with a fan base of around 4 billion people.
Wow, that's a lot. A lot of fans. Going back to the word continent, now that's a noun, okay? Continent means the large slabs that make up the Earth's lands and countries or territories, okay? So the Earth has 7 continents, okay? So for example, Russia is one of the few countries that stretches across more than one continent.
Yes, it's from Europe to Asia.
Right,
across
exactly.
both continents.
Yeah. The next time you see one in a zoo or aquarium, remember, seals have no ears, while sea lions have ears you can see. Put simply, if it's unclear, check the ears.
If it's unclear, check the ears. That's easy to remember for the next time you go to an aquarium. So an aquarium is like as they said, a zoo or aquarium. An aquarium is like a zoo, but for marine animals, for animals that live in the sea or under the water.
Right, exactly. So because these animals need water and sometimes land, they will need to have access to both, which is where you can find them in the zoo. So even though they're in the zoo, they still have to have water. So finishing off the article, which 2 animals are also commonly confused with each other and why? Matt, what do you think?
I think jaguars and leopards are very commonly confused, and I think that's just because they look almost exactly the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Do you know how to tell the difference?
Well, I think jaguars have sort of clusters of spots where it's many spots together, whereas leopards just have separate spots.
Right. So if you were standing far away, it's very hard to tell the difference.
I think the easiest way is if you're in South America, it's probably a jaguar. And if you're in Africa or Asia, it's probably a leopard.
Right. Okay. So for me, I get hares and rabbits mixed up because they are very similar. For me, I know that the difference between a rabbit and a hare is that hares, they have really, really long ears and their body is really slender because hares, they have to run really fast because they have to run away from predators. Whereas rabbits, they're more domestic. They're more, we have them as pets. So they're rounder in the body and their heads are a lot more puffier. Yeah, so that's the main difference. Rabbits are very fluffy and puffy, whereas a hare is more slender because they are so used to running, right?
Yeah, so hopefully now you can not only tell the difference between seals and sea lions, but maybe also jaguars and leopards and hares and rabbits.
Right. As we can tell, a lot of animals are very similar to each other, but if you look really closely, you can probably spot the difference if you learn about it.
All right, so look for those ear flaps next time you go to the aquarium, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
课文接着写到，全球有33种鳍足类动物，分布在地球各大洲。那下次同学们在动物园或是水族馆看到的时候，你只要记住，海豹没有耳朵，海狮有看得到的耳朵。所以简单来说，你下次不确定的话，就直接看耳朵吧。好，单字 globally。它是副词，表示全球地或是在全球各地。Matt 老师在解释单字时，他提到 sphere，S-P-H-E-R-E，sphere 可以表示球体或是球形。那么 continent 它表示洲、大陆。两位老师最后也有列举一些动物的差异，像是提到 jaguar 和 leopard， 也就是美洲豹和花豹的差异。那其实它们是可以用斑点来区分的。美洲豹的斑点比较像这样一重一重的，那个圈圈里面还可以看到一些小圆点，而花豹的斑点则是比较像一个一个独立的圈圈。那这时候 Matt 老师他有用到 cluster 这个字 ，C-L-U-S-T-E-R。Cluster 它可以表达同类物聚集的，像是一群、一串或是一束、一重。那么 Winnie 老师则提到 rabbit 跟 hare， 也就是兔跟野兔的差异。通常野兔的耳朵比较长，身体是比较纤细瘦长的，以便它们能在野外生存，来躲避掠食者。好 ，Winnie 老师有提到 predator 这个字 ，P-R-E-D-A-T-O-R。Predator 表示掠食性动物、掠食者。我们补充一下，如果是 prey，P-R-E-Y，prey 则表示猎物或是被捕食的动物。这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。这边我们来学习 put simply， 表示简言之、简单地说。这个片语也可以写成 to put it simply， 或者是 simply put， 用来带出总结。那注意 put 在这边它是有那种表达、表述的意思。例如To put it simply, you're not her cup of tea. 简单的说啊，你不是她的菜啦。好了，那么以上就是今天讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Seals and sea lions are both great swimmers and hunters, but the way the two pinnipeds swim is quite different. Seals use their smaller front flippers to steer while they push themselves through the water with their strong back flippers. For sea lions, it is the other way around. Since their front flippers are stronger, they use these to move and their back ones to steer. Sea lions also have back flippers that can rotate forward, so they are able to walk on land. Closely related to the sea lion is the fur seal, which also has this ability. True seals, however, don't have this advantage and they're left to wiggle their way around when they're out of water. There are 33 types of pinnipeds globally, and they are found on every continent on Earth. The next time you see one in a zoo or aquarium, remember, seals have no ears, while sea lions have ears you can see. Put simply, if it's unclear, check the ears.
Hey, 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 it's Kiwi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie. Kiki, we better hurry this up. It looks like it's about to rain cats and dogs.
Rain cats and dogs. Cats and dogs are gonna fall from the sky?
No, raining cats and dogs means it's going to heavily rain.
Ah, so it's one of these phrases that we use in our daily lives. I guess today, let's explore some daily phrases.
Let's go.
今天呢，我们要来玩一个游戏，来考验一下同学的片语哦。你要帮我2个答案中选一个 ，OK？ Ready？ 划破沉默，打破隔阂。
break the ice， 应该是 break the ice 吧
Break the ice.
划
可能需要同学帮忙。
划
破沉默，打破隔阂 ，break the ice。
Your English is better than my Chinese, and yes, it is break the ice.
全队有讲吗？
You have my happiness.
Okay,
I'll be
thank
very happy.
Thank you.
I'll give you a big high five.
Yeah, thank you.
下一个
Lion eat lion。
Oh, I don't use this.
Oh.
Let me guess. Dog eat dog.
Lion eat lion。
Is it lion eat
啊，
lion?
不行，太难了。好 ，lion eat lion。
Lion eat lion。
Lion eat lion? Is it lion eat lion? It is dog eat dog. We live in a dog eat dog world, okay? So 我们今天学到了什么片语呢？ Today we learned some phrases that we can use in our daily lives. But what do they mean? Break the ice. In the early days, some boats had to go through frozen waters. So they needed smaller boats ahead of them to break the ice to create a path. That's why nowadays, when we meet someone new for the first time and you want to break the awkwardness of the situation, we can break the ice to make new friends. Dog eat dog. The earliest version of this phrase was Latin, and it was actually dog does not eat dog. Then, in 1794, the not got removed from the phrase. In the 19th century, the phrase dog eat dog started to become popular, and it was used to describe the brutal ways of competition. This phrase has a negative meaning. It means that a person is willing to do whatever they can to get what they want, even if it means to harm their own kind. So these are some phrases that we can try to use in our daily lives. KiWi later!